Well, today, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are back on the campaign trail. Trump will hold a press conference in Los Angeles County this afternoon before heading to Las Vegas for a rally this evening. Harris is back in Pennsylvania today, stopping first in Johnstown before holding a rally later this evening in Wilkes-Barre. We have team coverage this morning with CBS News campaign reporters Zach Hudak and Olivia Rinaldi. I want to start with Zach, who is covering the Harris campaign for us from Washington. So, Zach, Harris's event in Pennsylvania tonight. I should know better because I live in Philadelphia. I always sort of mess up Wilkes-Barre or Wilkes-Barre, but I'm sure that you can probably correct me. What's the significance of this location? Who's she trying to reach?
Anne-Marie, it's funny that you say you confuse the pronunciations. I've spent a lot of time there, particularly in 2020. The people there are unsure of how to say it.
Okay.
There is actually a divide between it is either Bear or Barry. It's named after a guy named Isaac, B-A-R-R-E, with an accent in a French pronunciation. But there is indecisiveness even on the level of how to pronounce that in that county. That is in Luzerne County, which is particularly fascinating because that is a Obama, Trump county. It's a place that about 5 years before Donald Trump really even stepped onto the political stage, a guy named Lou Barletta ran from Hazleton, the neighboring town to Wilkes-Barre, and kind of set the playbook for a populist candidate like Donald Trump years before he did it. So this is a place that Harris sees potential, VP Harris sees potential to win back an area that traditionally has been a bit red, but that President Obama was able to win only about a decade ago.
So we got some new polling numbers out from Reuters, and it shows Harris up 5 points over Trump nationwide. I mean, when we're talking about such a close race, 5 points is kind of significant, I think. Over half the respondents also said that they viewed Harris as winning the debate against Trump. So I don't know about this poll. I'm presuming it was taken after the debate, so maybe this is a debate bump. How's the campaign looking to capitalize on this momentum?
You know, a way we can really quantify that momentum, Anne-Marie, is the fundraising. They've raised nearly $50 million in just the 24 hours immediately after that debate. So I think an immediate reaction we'll see is more and more ads going up on the airwaves in battleground states and trying to continue that momentum by reminding people of what happened on that debate stage. The other thing we're already seeing is that post-debate, we are entering into that final sprint. We're going to see VP Harris and former President Trump in battleground states nonstop. She was in North Carolina yesterday. She's in Pennsylvania today. There is not a lot of time left, and that is great to have a 5-point national polling average, but this is not a national average election. This is an election that is going to be won in a handful of states, and these candidates know that, and they're going to focus in on those states going forward.
Yeah, Zach, great point. Thank you very much. And now we're going to pivot over to CBS News campaign reporter Olivia Rinaldi. She is following the Trump campaign for us. So, Olivia, Trump is expected to focus on the economy at his event tonight in Nevada. What types of policies is he proposing while on the campaign trail, and what can you tell us about them?
Yeah, good morning, Anne-Marie. Here in Tucson yesterday, Trump unveiled a new policy. It's part of his overreaching tax policy that he's been kind of dribbling out along the campaign trail. And the newest policy is no tax on overtime. Take a listen to what he had to say yesterday about that in Tucson.
I'm also announcing that as part of our additional tax cuts, we will end all taxes on overtime. That gives people more of an incentive to work. It gives the companies it's a lot easier to get the people.
Now, it's important to note, though, that any changes to tax policy require an act of Congress. You can't unilaterally change it with the stroke of the pen. You must work with Congress to get anything changed there. But unveiling this policy also goes along with Trump's no tax on tips policy that he unveiled in Las Vegas earlier in the summer, and also the policy of no tax on Social Security benefits. So Trump has been hammering these points home and talking about them very often on the campaign trail because his tax cuts expire in 2025. So at the center of this entire campaign, with all of the policies going on, immigration, abortion, it might all come down to tax policy, Anne-Marie. That's what's been really fascinating from the campaign trail, is that's what they've been focusing on and unveiling these new tax policies.
Yeah, it is interesting. And just sort of a reminder, if you're going to reduce income, then you got to find another place to find that revenue if you're not going to be taxing overtime, or you're not going to be taxing tips. And, well, for both candidates, we still have to hear sort of the full scope of what their plan is for the economy. Just days ago, Trump was calling for additional debates against Harris. Now he's like, we don't want any more debates. He's saying, I've already done 2. There's not going to be a third, because he's counting the first one with Biden. What changed?
Yeah, well, Trump's answer on this is really twofold. One, he says he already won the debate, so why bother doing a second one? Trump said in that Truth Social post he likened himself to a boxer who knocked out his opponent. He says he knocked out Biden, and he knocked out Vice President Kamala Harris within that second debate. Those are his claims. The second reason, he says, is that voters are already voting, so that they don't need to have a second debate between him and Vice President Harris. Voters are not voting yet. They will be in a few weeks. That's important to note. But Trump is making the claim that, look, the voters already know the issues. They already know the candidates. Why bother? But yesterday, Vice President Kamala Harris in Greensboro said we actually owe it to the voters to do a second debate, for them to see kind of how Trump and I are interacting on the stage, what policy differences we have, and how they would impact those voters. So remains to be seen whether we will see these two candidates on the debate stage again. As of this moment, Donald Trump is ruling it out. But CBS News proposed a debate yesterday with our partners at Univision and Wall Street Journal. So we welcome them anytime to come on and talk about it.
There you go. Listen, before I let you go, I've got to ask you quickly about some changes. 3 charges against Trump dropped yesterday. This is about the Georgia election interference case. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that case has been embroiled in a lot of controversy with District Attorney Fani Willis, and questions about whether she will even remain on the case, as she had a alleged relationship with the prosecutor on the case as well. So a few charges dropped on that. Trump not commenting on it at this moment. He did not mention it yesterday at all, but he does talk often about how his court cases are, quote, rigged against him, and he believes he will defeat them all. So allies I spoke to yesterday on the Trump campaign just kind of shrugged it off and said, look, it's just part of kind of what we've been dealing with these court cases. They said that they are confident that Trump will beat all of them. And, we'll be looking to see if any of these court cases really come to fruition and come on the docket before November. Time is really ticking out, especially for Jack Smith in Washington, D.C.
Right. It certainly doesn't seem as though any of them will. Olivia, Rinaldi, thank you very much.